All right, hello, prestigious Bush, and welcome to your deck review. For those of you joining us for the first time on YouTube, this is a series where I, Maultown, typically a hater of all things Commander, will politely and lovingly review your Commander and its weird PP. Your PP being your premise and your practicum. Your premise is the idea behind your deck. For this deck, it's Big Kitty. Your practicum is the stuff in the 99. It's what actually happens versus what you hoped was going to happen. So we're going to spend a few minutes talking about their idea, whether or not it'll work in the bracket they want it to work in. Spoiler alert, it's Yigra. Yeah, it's going to work. I don't think we have to talk about the idea too much. I'll probably return to like how you want to politic this deck, maybe how you want to position yourself. But for sure, Yigra works in bracket 3. So we're going to spend most of our time looking at the cards they picked, what does and doesn't work about what they did pick. So they said in the primer, this deck has gone from started as Voltron, went to Aristocrats, dipped its toes in combo, and is now back to Voltron. So we don't want to do combos. I love you for that. We don't want to do Aristocrats. I love you for that. We want to make Yigra big, and then we want to beat people to death with Yigra. The things that we like is that she gets really, really big. Yeah, Sovala is broken. Edicts feel really good. I hear the devil. Um, the issues we're having. I feel like I need more mana than I have because Yigra gets hated out early. So I will say our goal big cat. But our first problem, big cat scary. So we are going to have difficulties politicking for this deck. I think we're going to have to maneuver in a way such that we're always the threat. You may even need to begin slow rolling Yigra. You know, like I'm not gonna play Yigra until I have a protection piece in hand. We have kill somebody really quickly and then die immediately to the other two. That sounds to me like we don't have enough responses in hand. So, which is at odds to me with the protection feels like it's at a good level, aka I feel like I usually have an answer or I don't have to wait long until I draw one. That feels at odds to me with the idea that you can't close. If you can kill one person really fast, and if we're controlling the board via edicts, we're either losing to like a non-creature based combo, which seems like it would be a bit rare in bracket 3, or we are remembering snippets of like multiple different games. Like we're remembering one game where I had a lot of edicts and controlled the board, and we're remembering a different game where I had a lot of protection and they couldn't kill Yigra. But it seems doubtful that these things are happening in the same game. Because if in the same game we played Yigra, made everybody sacrifice multiple creatures, and had answers with protection, I don't see how we get killed by the other two people. Feels clunky to win. Like I need people to ignore me as the threat, or I need to pray I don't get murdered before I kill the last two players. Other decks feel more resilient. Yes, that is the big problem with Voltron. Your commander is getting your commander is always scary, and your commander is getting more expensive every time you play it versus other decks, like other decks where you have more threats than just Yigra. They'll go, okay, Yigra's the threat. Oh man, you killed Yigra. Well, now I'm doing something to make Kogla a threat. Oh man, you killed them. Well, now Maha's a threat. And they're committing mana every time, but it's I'm paying 5 mana, then I'm paying 6, then I'm paying 5 again, versus you have to go, I'm paying 5, then I'm playing 7, then I'm paying 9. Fuck, I can't I can't afford this cat anymore, dude. I just work at Taco Bell. So that also makes sense to me, and that is actually probably where that is a difficulty you have signed up for. We can do some things to improve the resiliency of this. Like we can go up on how much protection you have. We can begin running kind of like, yeah, you're the devil. Oh, you're the devil. Okay. So you could begin running a type of you could run some reanimator cards. The reason I'm recommending this is because these will get Yigra back without pumping the commander tax. So like let's say I'm running reanimate, or oh my god, your stupid ass could run grave researcher. Oh, that makes me happy. This card is terrible. This card is fucking terrible. You might be able to make it work though, because we're gonna have all these edict creatures. So reanimation is going to serve two purposes for you. It's going to give you the opportunity to reuse your edict creatures more readily than having to draw another one. And if Yigra gets caught in a collateral damage board wipe that you can't stop, if Yigra gets killed when you don't have protection, which you only having 9, that seems likely that we can respond to one spell per game, which is probably not enough to defend a big cat. Not enough protection. We're on the way there. So goals, big cat, use edicts, reanimation moment. I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what reanimator cards we would want to use, but there's definitely an angle here where at some point you just go, man, fuck, okay, Yigra's in the graveyard. And then you do reanimate, you do animate dead. You could honestly, oh my god, you could do the dumbest dog shit. You could do stuff like Aberrant Return. I'm going to bring back Yigra and 2 Edict effects, and then I'm going to immediately regrow my Yigra insanely fast because now you all have to sacrifice 2 things. They all count as foods. The 1/1/1 counter I get on Yigra is immediately overwhelmed by the like 8 +1/+1 counters that get put on. We have a lot of ramp. That's very reasonable of you. Sure, sure. It makes its own food. It makes its own food. Excuse me. Kill with giant cat. That's adorable. Can't be blocked. Player loses X, you gain X. Okay. Okay. What I dislike about your kill with giant cat section is they all rely on they're all single use with your big cat. What I mean by that is they're almost all auras, right? Like because these are all auras, if we want to be resilient, we want to feel like we can come back over and over again. That's why I was coming at it from the reanimation strategy. But even if we're doing the reanimation strategy, if the way I'm killing you is okay, here's an aura that makes them unblockable. If you ever kill them, I can bring back the cat. I can't bring back the aura. Not easily. And so I would be looking for other trample enablers, like a really basic one is Garruk's Uprising. I would be looking for things where one successful kill spell does not dismantle the whole strategy. Okay, you've killed my cat, I have to rebuild the cat, but I have the tools to rebuild the cat, and you didn't kill the thing that's going to let the cat become lethal commander damage to you. So you can keep, 1 or 2 of these. Kill switch is really fucking funny. God, that's oh, I love that. Keep that one. Keep that one. I would cut every aura that's not super state. I mean, Rancor you can keep is gonna come back to your hand. I would keep Rancor, super state, maybe Whisper Silk. I don't like even Whisper Silk because a lot of our protection is going to be targeted. And the thing I would be very worried about in this deck is the incidental board wipe. Right? People just go, fuck it, Wrath of God. You do want to be able to target your commander with like Defend the Rider to give them indestructible, and Shroud will fuck that up a little bit. So I would keep Rancor, Super State, Kill Switch. Everything else, I would be looking for a way to get trample on my commander that was hopefully a non-creature permanent that does not die when my commander dies. Anything that does that will be acceptable, but we have to move away from the like, okay, you have killed my commander 1 time. Now I not only have to rebuild my commander, I also have to rebuild my like whole win condition. So it could be things like Goreclaw. Like Goreclaw is going to help you recast your commander. It's going to give your commander trample when it attacks. It would be a thing that like you're not going to sacrifice this to your edict. So if your opponents have 1 kill spell, they want to counterspell 1 thing. Goreclaw will draw a little bit of that ire while still being a support creature 100%. Kodama of the West Tree will do it. This will also turn Yigra into a value engine where they will get basic lands for you. That will make it easier to recast them later. Because they're getting +1/+1 counter specifically. Yes, they're not just getting like stat boost, they're getting a counter, so they're gonna be modified, so that would be very valuable. I mean, you could even like this is far from the best option. You could even do Sphere Grid. It's another way to get a little bit of extra growth on Yigra, but it's just going to lock in trample very quickly for a low mana value. It's not going to get caught up in a creature board wipe. If people want to use targeted removal on it, it's targeted removal. They're probably not sending it Yigra. This is the type of stuff I would be doing to convert to a kill rather than the auras. Let's look at draw. Great. Oh, I hate that. I normally, huge, big, massive fan. I cannot imagine any reason at sorcery speed you wouldn't want to spend 6 mana to sacrifice your commander. This is one of the few times I'm ever going to argue against this card. You want your commander on board. Genuinely don't play this card. I feel crazy saying it. Don't play this card for this deck, though. I'm committed to it. Uh, yeah, okay. This is basically like yeah, like Rishkar's expertise type card. Okay. 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 I think I understand the other problem that is making the deck feel if you said it feel a little bit clunky, feel a little bit difficult to close out. We don't have enough card draw that just draws cards. I think the only card in here that just draws a card is Black Market Connections and Sinister Gnarlbark. I think we need more things like that. Like Level Up is another. I how do I articulate this without sounding like a biased idiot? No, I am a biased idiot. I'm just gonna say it. So stuff like Level Up, it increases the power of your Voltron commander, but it also massively increases the threat profile. The thing I have seen the most with Voltron commanders is you never want to encourage people to do math on their own. Once you encourage people to start doing math on their own, they're just going to immediately go like, "Oh my god, it's too big." They're going to steal the Declaration of Independence and then they kill you. And so like Level Up would get you a card really quickly, but I can imagine many worlds where okay, I get one card, they immediately kill my commander because they see it's about to go lethal. Like I think maybe a better way to elaborate on this is if we think about the threat profile of your deck. So this is going to be threat. This is going to be time. This is, or green will be, if you get above the green line, you are killing people, you are happy. Maybe you won't win the game, but you have done the thing and you are happy with what's happening. The red line is the point at which other people identify you as the problem. The thing we would like to do is we would like to build up pretty quickly, find our moment, and then jump through the zone as quickly as possible. Because anything that happens over the green line, we don't care, we've done the thing. Maybe we win the game, but even if we don't win the game, it's going to be close. A lot of what your card draw and a lot of what your kill spells imply to me is you are going here as quickly as possible and then hoping we can find a way out of here into the green zone. So I would encourage you to do things that at first will seem a little bit less explosive with your commander, but over time I hope you'll grow to appreciate as just let you participate in the game more reliably without demanding that people remove you. Because like if you put speaking to what you talked about in the primer of I feel like I need people to ignore me or pray I don't get murdered. Level Up is a perfect example of the card that is making you get murdered. Because if we are in a 4-player situation, everybody's doing stuff, and I see you slam Level Up onto Yigra, and maybe you've shown me one edict already, you have to die. Like your entire game plan has to be dismantled because, as far as I'm concerned, you are going to have the potential to threaten lethal on anybody any turn you get to untap with Ygra. So if I can stop you from doing it, I'm never letting you do it. And a lot of these other cards are also predicated on I have Ygra out and my game plan has been successful. Alyssa, like, people probably aren't going to block her, so I'm still all right with her. But like Bugenhagen, it assumes we've kept her out. Disciple is just crazy. I realize it's really low. Like, it's so low downside you could probably still run it, but I wouldn't even be tagging it as draw because there's no world where I want to give up Ygra for this. Um, and like Garuk, Rishkars, Spry and Mighty, these are okay, but I would have these be the greedy. If stuff is going well, I draw a million cards. And that, but like Hollow Merc Siege requires us to have Ygra, requires people to be losing creatures. Level up, we have to keep Ygra, we have to swing with her. Savvy Hunter, we have to be attacking and blocking with Savvy Hunter, or we have to have spare foods and or creatures that are foods. Viridian Revel, same thing. We have to get Ygra out, we have to get an Edict out. There's multiple steps involved before we can actually get the card. And I want more things that are like Sinister Gnarlbark and just go, give me the card, bro. Give me the card. I'm hanging out. Turn 1, Mana Dork. Turn 2, land. Bob. Chilling. Don't mess with me. Please don't bother me. Like, you could even... I don't think the pips work that well with how our ramp's going. Like, our ramp is much better at finding 2 green pips on turn 2 than 2 black pips. But in terms of efficiency, you are even, like, okay with 3 mana, draw 1 extra card for the rest of this game. We just need it to be more stuff that is self-contained and can support Ygra. Like, we can't have... We want Ygra to be the star player of our soccer team. We don't want the existence of the... Like, we don't want the Water Boy's existence to be predicated on Ygra doing, like, going to his house and picking him up before practice. Like, that's what this feels like. The deck should be celebrating Ygra. It should put Ygra in a position to carry the team and win. And right now, it feels like Ygra has to turn on and effectuate every single part of the deck. And that's probably what's making it feel so clunky. So I would say Hollow Merc, Level Up, Savvy Hunter, Spry and Mighty, Viridian Revel. At minimum, these 5 cards should turn into card draw that just happens, independent of anything else that is happening. I always love an engine for a bracket 3 game. It doesn't have to be an engine. If you want some more expensive cards, you can play stuff like Stinging Study. You could... Yeah, there's Dark Confidant, there's Darkstar Augur. If you still want to be a greedy Voltron player, you could put in fucking Buster Sword. But that is, again, greedy and wrong. I just think it's more fun than Viridian Revel. But you have to get some stuff that you can maybe play in the early game that will just set you up with an extra card every turn and not, oh man, I get these cards if I keep Ygra around, because then if we're ever caught without the protection spell, we're just totally cooked. I think your feed Ygra section, solid. This shit looks evil, bro. This shit looks evil. You do have enough of it. I think it's a fairly aggressive ramp section. And then kill with Giant Cat, I would be looking for... I would be looking for self-contained. I'm going to give trample, but if you kill my cat, you don't kill my trample enabler. And then the last thing, which we talked about earlier, and maybe this comes by just like shaving 1 card from every section, is throwing in a couple of these big recursion spells. So like Aberrant Return, Behold the Sinister Six. Things where you can go, I'm going to bring, okay, fine, you killed Yeager the 4th time, they're staying in the graveyard, but they're coming back, and every Edict creature I have ever cast is coming back with her. Yeager's a 2020. Pass. That seems like what you want out of like a big late game blowout. And notably, you can't do that with something like Rise of the Dark Realms, because with Rise of the Dark Realms, everybody gets all their stuff back. They can just sacrifice it. You really want to bring back multiple things from your graveyard. And then I think we're cooking. Like this core definitely works. You got the right ideas with protecting her. You got the right ideas with ramping to her. We're just a little bit too greedy about, how necessary she is to get the wheels turning. We want her to be like, we want to do bump set, and we want to have her be the spike. Right now she has to be the bump, she has to be the set, she has to be the spike, she has to be the person who came in at 5 a.m. to set up the net, she has to do the marketing for the event. Like it's just too much for one cat to handle. So if there's any Yigra players in the comments, let me know if you have different suggestions. Otherwise, I wish you the very best of luck, and I do hope this helps.